No, one thing I don't want to say about what Michelle's mother said in Walmart in front of people. Um, she was in there bragging. She said, we went to Will and we explained about Michelle and he understood. And he helped us set up that nobody would ever help her. And it's funny, the way we got it set up for no one to help her. It's actually working. They're actually going after her instead of they're doing the right thing to help her. It's actually funny. I walked away and thought, shut up, bitch. And I thought, how much do they pay him? Someone needs to check Will's phone number. Did he know that the Portage County Sheriffs are breaking in private citizens' homes and stalking them? Because he had arrested 1 to 4 years and it's not a miss one. Did he know about Michelle? Did he cut a deal with him? And that's why he's retired real quick. Did he set me up there with no help, no way out, for the drug lords of New York, retired Judge Pete, to kill me? Did he? Did he? And to make money off of it, impersonate federal officers? Is that why he retired real quick? And that they were going to kill me, my son, my daughter-in-law, and grandchildren. How much did they take him to understand about Michelle? Is he an accessory to cold-blooded murder? Or grossly negligent? I told you when I got home, what was it, 2 days ago from in the evening after that happened at Walmart. Department Building informed me third of defense was always out there mocking me. They're telling that guy from one of those guys from New York. Here's New York accent echoing into the car. The car's back from the protected light case he opened. And they sold it so everybody heard. And one part of this, I found out it's just that family doing this to her. Well, she sucked as an informant. And after everything they did, she'll eventually die from it. I don't have to die. I can get medical treatment. I don't have insurance. The state needs to pay to fix everything. Those Portage County sheriffs helped out for a retired judge. And what is this with that Michelle, that they all kiss her ass? And they all understand about Michelle. And they're all the drugs. I told you, they said a mob lord took care of me. And I thought, why would a mob lord be involved in this? And they even called him the king, if that means anything. The king takes care of her. It's a mob lord. Now, why would a mob lord be involved? It's a drug lord. Okay? There's lights flashing above my house. There's scrambling phone numbers in the back area. It's a perfect place. Absolutely perfect place. You're out in the middle of nowhere. Nowhere. Giant woods in the middle of farmland, lakes. Next small towns, 15 miles Streetsboro, 10, 15 miles to Kent, same thing. 25 to Warren and 20 down to Canton. You have access to Route 76, Route 5, Route 14, Route 18. And close to 76. You can actually junction down from 224 down, or 225 down to 62. You got access out of that area all kinds of ways. You're in the middle of nowhere in no street lights. And it's like black soup out there. It's a perfect place to run drugs. They dragged the hell out of me during the protected light case that they sold, and it's common knowledge. They sold it by Christmas 18. I can give you a list of people that have it. Okay? So, yeah. That lady, yeah. Yeah, the New York accent, I remember him. He looks like the guy that went to Pamela with the black hair, dark eyes, and black glasses. Same look. Told you he was seen on the other side. I lived at 4490 John Thomas. The house after mine was a duplex. Old lady on one side in a group of men on the other. And he was seen in the picture window. He may be on the lease. If not, they know who he was if you pulled the lease of September 18th. Mm-hmm. They're cold-blooded murders. I had vets around me. An orange vet with black molding in the front. I had a blue vet. I had a dark gray vet and a black one. I thought they were agents following me. They're drug lords. The other day, 2 days ago, I was in Mentors. Ladies come in and said it really is drug lords doing it to her. I'm not interested in this. And with a retired judge that has no authority, and some dirty sheriffs out there drug running with New York drug lords. The ones out there, I hear them screaming. They're taking candy money from drug lords. The mafia is coming down here taking over. And the dirty cops in this area are looking the other way. They know. I'll tell you what. It's like I almost want to look at these cops and say, Barney Fife, give me the bullet out of your pocket. Can a Stark County sheriff break into private citizens' home and watch them? No, it's private property. They can't break into just somebody's home. It's Fourth Amendment over right to privacy. They can't just break in somebody's home. They can't do it because there's whatever this is with Michelle, that they're all fond of her so much. We should wonder if one of the drug lords isn't a grandpa or an uncle. Yeah, because why wouldn't the drug lord just give Judge Pete's family money or money to pay me off? I know. Some young girls were laughing, wonder if they'll kill somebody for us. It was a 19. I just looked at him like, shut up. Okay? Now, someone needs to pull Will's phone record. If he knew Portage County sheriffs are breaking in private citizens' homes and stalking them, the law is that cop loses his badge, he goes to jail at least 1 to 4 years, and it's not admissible. It's private property. President Nixon couldn't even bug our office. He lost his presidency. Private homes is private property. And they can't do it for conflict of interest. It's 1 to 10. They'd be thrown out for that. And it's not admissible. Police and agencies can only be in a home under threat of life, and they have to speak to everyone before they start. They can't even look or listen like Officer Reinhardt in Louisville said. It'd be illegal to look or listen before Will took your statement, and he agreed to protect you. And they couldn't even be in your home. And then that cop talked to Dave, which made Karen around the house state case, September 27th, 18, legal. Nothing before. They couldn't look or listen. It cost them their badge. The Department of Justice find out they looked at it and they go to jail. I talked to 2 retired sheriffs. They're like, how stupid are these people not helping you? The word stupid. They could be legally and financially charged for the other one's crimes for not helping you. And it is a special protected life cases. They can't break in private homes. Just because you're a cop, you can't break in somebody's home and stalk them. It's 1 to 4 years, at the very least. And it's not admissible. And it's the mafia doing this from New York. And people need to be afraid that the cops are looking away for a retired sheriff. A retired judge in it with drug lords looking away. And the mafia's coming down here taking over. And the cops are looking away instead of doing the right thing. They would have to look at these people. Were you in Karen and Dave's home before the FBI? And if they say, oh yeah, we had a court order, there's no such thing. Even Reinhardt, you go at that one. There is no such thing. And so do the retired sheriffs I talked to. And the Massillon police were laughing at them that nothing they have is admissible. Okay? And it's right on the Department of Justice. It's a legal search and seizure. They can't even look at it. And then, like Officer Reinhardt said, that whole county couldn't say a word to you in your life. They go to jail for conflict of interest. Now, if Will did set me up, that no one would ever help me, And he was going to leave me up there to die. And he was going to let him kill my son and my daughter-in-law and my grandchildren. And he knew about Michelle, and he made a deal with him. He retired real quick. Make sure he don't have a bank account sitting on some beach with a margarita. Because the only thing he could say is, my God, you were in her home. What were you doing there? Do you have a special protected light case? Her engaged in Miranda rights? Otherwise, you're in jail. You can't break in a stock, Karen. What's your connection? Oh, Michelle. Oh, you're in jail. Conflict of interest. I'm getting Karen out of here. See what I mean? They were breaking in Walmart. Someone needs to find out what Will knew and what he didn't. So if he said the police broke in and were stalking private citizens, what would he have done? Arrest them. Stark County Sheriff can't break in private homes and stalk those people. He can't do it because he wants to steal everything they have in life. They can't do it for a retired judge's daughter in the county. Right. And he would have had to arrest him. He can't say he knew one thing. And these police around here know better than turn away from dirty cops, a retired judge, in it with drug lords from New York, killing people and the mafia coming down, taking over down here, and the cops looking the other way. And these people taking dirty drug lord money to make fun of me for it. My neighbors are like, we all know none of this is funny. None of it is. They told the guy that helped smother me till I passed out while the cop raped me and beat a confession out that they made everything up. He was screaming, what do you mean we raped her? And it was them that did all that. He was out there screaming like a banshee the other day. The neighbors told him, everybody knows they made everything up. They framed me. They photoshopped and drugged everything. Where they get the drugs? The drug lords. Was one of the drug lords one of Michelle's uncles or grandpa? Because why wouldn't they just say, why don't you just pay that wife off and let that family go? It's sad. These people are sick about this girl. They're mentally sick. And they're killers on top of it. None of this is funny. I sound innocent in 18. They found all the kids lying. They made up a bunch of mean games to pretend because they wanted that girl to get the house. For the house wasn't meant for Grandma, it was meant for Auntie Cheryl, and Papa and Grandma needs to get out. They're sick about Michelle, retired Judge Pete, friends with Magistrate Judge Timothy Ludick. And those like the Tuscarora Sheriff said, the Portage County Sheriffs need to go to jail for this. They do, and the FBI does need to arrest him. And I'll tell you what, they said a mob lord took care of me. And I told you, it's a drug lord. And then they said the king takes care of her. I thought it was a weird scenario. Is his drug lord's like the king? Somebody needs to get me out of here. And somebody needs to actually do their job and do the right thing. And somebody needs to find out if Will was accessory to premeditated murder on me and my son's family. And impersonating federal officers, drugging, cutting people up, raping, torture, and selling police information. Was he that dirty? And the FBI does need to get me out of this and out of here. Because you can't ask someone to stay quiet while you investigate when the bad guys already know and drug you up so you can't remember impersonating a federal officer and everybody knows they already did it. And there's a good chance it was a drug lord. Because I told you that guy was seen on the other side of the duplex with those group of men that had a copy of my phone where I called Will back. How'd they get a copy of my phone? I had bruises. They were already drugging me up. Amnesia drugs. Because they're drug dealers. And it with a retired judge's family. And they're from New York. It's a stinking mafia coming down taking over. The FBI needs to do something about this.